Greetings, and welcome to this week's Message from Moses. I'm Troy Newham, the author of 2084, The Search for Love, Hope, and Faith, and as always I recommend the edited edition, as you can tell by this black corner. And today I would like to talk about Obama's worst week ever. So, let's start at the beginning. The job numbers come out, and they're dismal. The economy, guess what, still not turned around. Now, the president actually had a press conference today, and he wanted to blame our economy on Europe. Of course, I don't know what he can blame on Europe because they're following the same model we are. Let's tax more, let's spend more, let's not slow down on that, let's double it down. The only country over there that has any sense is Germany, who wants everyone else to cut back because they're tired of bailing them out. And of course we're jumping all over Germany saying, no, can't do that. And Obama doesn't care about America's future, and he seriously doesn't care about Europe's future. And the last thing he wants is for Europe to have another recession and tank and drag us down before the election. So he's willing to spin them into oblivion so we can get a few more months of okay economic numbers so that maybe he'll have a shot at the election, which isn't going to work out. Now, and then the next day, we have the election up in Wisconsin, and Walker just destroyed Barrett by 9 points last time I saw. And this was a race that was supposed to be razor thin according to everyone in the news. You know, this was going to be a nail-biter, but he just slammed it out of the park. So, I think what this shows is that the power of the unions are really tanking right now. Because unions used to have a place. It used to be that we had all these employers that were taking advantage of people, and they had unsafe work environments, and they had unsafe work weeks, and everything was terrible. So the workers banded together, and things got better. Now the natural progression of things would be that things got better, the workers were satisfied, and so they dissolved the union. And next time the employers got out of line, the employees would form another union and would do the same thing. But, as with everything, money got involved. And of course the union leadership enjoyed taking vacations in the Bahamas and Hawaii, and so they wanted to keep a good thing going. And so what they started to do was put pressure on politicians, particularly Democrats, to make it so that joining a union was mandatory. And what we see now is that their membership rolls have decreased close to 50%. Once you stop making people have to join a union, they got out. And what that tells people is that unions aren't really necessary anymore. Not at this point. As I said, if you see that employers are taking advantage of people in the future, you're going to see a rebirth of unions. But until that point, the unions have just become another corrupt system whereby tax dollars are spent to buy influence, to turn around, and they buy off the votes from the Democrats, and it just keeps going in a giant circle. And it's bankrupting us, and people in Wisconsin realize that, and kudos for them for standing up. Besides, that recall election was just a terrible decision, because let's be honest, you know, he got into office saying that's what he would do, and that's what he did. There are only two reasons to do a recall. One is you find out something terrible about that candidate, such as, well, when he was 21, he raped a girl. Well, we didn't know that. Okay, well, let's recall him. He's a terrible guy. We don't want him in there. That's fine. The other one would be in the case of, like, Scott Brown, who ran that he would stop the health care bill. If he got up there and voted for the health care bill the very next day, yeah, yank him out of office, because the whole reason you voted for him was to stop the health care bill, and he voted for it. So those are really the only two reasons. Then you have Romney beating Obama, raising funds, and that has to kill Obama, because he's one of those guys, you can tell that he takes pride in the fact that everybody likes him. I bet you deep down he thinks that he can go into any room, smile, tell a couple of jokes, and the money will pour right on in. So you know that his ego just has to be killing him. That and his political campaign must just be out of their minds with worry, because they never thought that money was going to be an issue. They didn't think that Romney would be able to out-fundraise Obama, and it's happening. And it's only going to get worse, I think, as it goes along. Then you have Eric Holder looking like a complete liar in front of Congress, which he is. I mean, he's either one, a liar, or two, absolutely incompetent at his job. There's no way that his upper echelon did not know that the gun-walking operation was going on in Mexico. And the whole reason Fast and Furious was going on is so that they could try to pass stricter gun laws in America and take away our Second Amendment rights. And, you know, about half a year before the Fast and the Furious broke, I remember seeing news stories about how most of the illegal guns in Mexico were coming from the United States, which is total bullcrap. You're not going to come up here and pay retail plus sales tax when you can get AK-47s from, you know, Botswana for $10 a piece. You know, it's just not going to happen. And finally, you have all these leaks. And let me tell you something, nothing pisses me off than all of these security leaks, because you know that it's coming from Obama or his administration. And let me tell you how you can tell this. Okay, he had a little press conference today and they asked him. And his basic, I'm going to paraphrase this, his reply to, you know, how do you respond to claims that you're responsible trying to make yourself look good? How dare you? How dare you say such a thing? I'd never do such a thing. No. We have mechanisms in place, and if we catch the guilty party, they'll be punished. Oh yeah, they'll be punished. You'll see. Alright. If you accuse your spouse of cheating, and you ask them, are you cheating on me? And they say, how could you say such a thing? That's a lie. It's obvious that it's a lie, people. Okay, here is the correct response if he had actually been telling the truth. No, I am not responsible, and I will find who is responsible for these leaks, and they will face the maximum punishment. You can bet your bottom dollar on that. You know, okay, well, that is it. But until someone actually goes to jail over this, or, you know, it's borderline treason, but let's just say they just go to jail. Until someone goes to jail over these leaks, I don't believe that he has nothing to do with it. Or someone who's close to him who wants him to be reelected. Because in his mind, the greatest threat to America's security is him being defeated. And he doesn't mean America's security the same way we do. When he thinks about the future, it's more about us evolving into the next type of society, which of course is a socialist society, because, well, technically I think he's more of a fascist, because he would like the government to be in control of pricing of things and making all these decisions and allocating resources, and that's technically more fascism than socialism, but tomato tomato. You know, he's not for limited constitutional capitalist government, which is what we're all about here. So, I would like you to know that I'm having a promotion on my books, 2084, The Search for Love, Hope, and Faith, in War Journal. It'll be on July 4th, and if you have a Kindle, you'll be able to download and own these books for free. The only thing that I really ask is, if you like the books, please recommend it to friends, because this is a small operation. I self-publish, and word of mouth is what's going to make these books take off. So if you agree with the message, please do so. Again, 2084 is about the leftist takeover of our country, and you know, the steps that are being applied are all talked about right here. You know, it's going to be a cautionary tale. I hope you enjoy it, and I really would like you to check out War Journal. It's a story about revenge, the prisons that we make for ourselves, and you know, I think you'll really enjoy it. So just check it out. Long live the Constitution. Signing off.